Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the brand new Overflod entity MT in Grand Theft Auto Online. This thing looks amazing. I'm so excited about this. New entity in the game, finally. That's so sick. We're going to start off with the armor on this thing, all the way up on that. Of course, the brakes as well, all the way up on those. For the bumpers, we do have quite a few different front bumper options for this car. We have some pretty crazy ones, actually. Wow, yeah, these are kind of nuts. Do I want to go crazy with this car? I think that I do. Yes, we're gonna go GT splitter on this thing. For the rear diffuser, do we do secondary or just keep it stock? I think I like stock. Let's do stock. For the canards, we can add them onto the car if we want to. Let's do carbon canards because they are gonna look better. For the engine, all the way up on that. For the exhaust, we have a few different exhaust options for this car. I'm personally kind of liking the titanium expansive exhaust so far. I think we're gonna go for this one. I like that. For the hood, we have a carbon hood, a smooth hood as well, the carbon smooth hood, the pinstripe hood, carbon pinstripe, single vented hood, carbon single vented hood, race vented hood as well, carbon race vented, race duct hood, carbon race duct hood, slipstream hood, and the slipstream hood in carbon as well. I kind of like the stock hood low-key, but I also feel like the carbon race vented hood looks amazing, so we're gonna go for that. For the lights, we are gonna go xenon on those. For the livery, we have the dual black stripes, the dual white stripes as well. The Swedish stripe, that is pretty crazy. I like that. Got the two-tone livery as well. Oh, that's kind of sick, actually. I like that. Yellow pinstripe as well. That's kind of cool. We got the red pinstripe too. The MT Rally, the Pisswasser stripe, and the half camo. Let's go for the red pinstripe livery. I like the look of that. It's kind of unique, so let's do that. For the mirrors, let's do them in carbon. For the plate, yellow on black, of course. For the respray of the car, it looks really good in the white. Oh, it has a legendary motorsport livery on the side. That's kind of cool. I don't know that I really love that, but it's got it, so I don't know what we can really do about it. Maybe in the crew color. Oh, but the red kind of doesn't work as well. Maybe not the crew color then. This is going to be kind of weird with the red. I might have to change the red, honestly. This thing looks crazy in a race yellow. I'm going to have to go race yellow on this car for sure. For the primary and the secondary. That's cool. The secondary color affects the rim color. That's pretty dope. I like that. We're gonna have to remove that livery. We're gonna go black for the interior trim color. Livery, I think we might honestly go for the dual black stripes. It looks crazy, so let's do that. For the roof, we can remove it. That is pretty cool. You can have a drop top version of this thing, or I guess just a roofless version. Got the carbon roof, the pinstripe roof as well, and the carbon pinstripe roof. I do like how the top of the roof is open. That's pretty cool. Let's just leave the roof stock, honestly. I feel like it looks really good. Let's just leave it alone. For the skirts, we can change these up a little bit. I personally kind of like secondary GT skirt. I like how there's that little yellow part on it right there. Let's actually do that. Why not? For the spoiler, we can remove the wing, which will increase the traction of the car. We can also add the secondary carbon wing, the XL wing, and the secondary XL wing. We've got the shark wing as well. We've got the GT wing, which is crazy looking. The extended GT wing. We've got the ducktail. The ducktail looks insane on this car. I like that. We have the super wing, which looks like the real life Jesco's wing, and then we have the entity wing, which looks even more like it. We got to go entity wing. That looks amazing. Let's do it. Suspension, we're going to lower this thing down as much as we possibly can. Transmission, all the way up, of course. For the turbo, we got to upgrade that too. For the wheels, I'm tempted to not change them because I think they look so good, but I do kind of want to put cheetah carbon R's on this thing because they look crazy. So we're gonna have to go for those. We will do the wheel color in a race yellow to kind of match up with the rest of the car. We got to add bulletproof tires onto this thing as well for sure. The windows, let's tint those all the way out. Now before we do anything else, I want to change the bumper color to the secondary one because I feel like it makes it look a little more unique. So let's do that. Looks great. I think that's really sick. Let's actually do the secondary carbon canards too because it adds a little more yellow. Why not? Need more yellow, obviously. Let's take this thing outside and do a sound test, and we're going to do a full review on the car as well. So I'm interested to see this. Let's hear it. It sounds crazy. This thing sounds insane. It is, wow, it really fits the bill of a supercar in GTA. This thing looks like it belongs in GTA. I kind of predicted that the new entity was going to be based off of the JShK, and it looks like I was right, because this is certainly a JShK. And I'm super happy because this definitely looks like a crazy GTA supercar. Koenigsegg makes some of the craziest looking cars in real life, and this thing, you know, GTA took it and it fits perfectly into GTA. So I think there's, you know, I think that's kind of a match made in heaven right there. This thing has crazy traction. That's what I'm noticing. This thing feels like it's almost glued to the road. It almost like understeers because it's got so much downforce. This thing feels crazy, like actually fully insane. I'm gonna go on my usual route that I test cars on, because I'm interested to see how this thing actually handles this route. So far so good. Wow, I actually just can't get over how amazing this car looks. The tail end just kind of stepped out on me right there. Up until it stepped out, it felt like it had lots of grip, which is kind of odd. I'm not really, oh, yikes, big crash right there. I'm not really sure about the handling of this thing. It feels great until it doesn't. It's kind of weird. Certainly a very beautiful looking car, certainly a very fast car. There is one thing that I'm noticing. I kind of think they might have copied the Entity XXR's files, because this thing kind of feels like it has engine resistance. If you guys are familiar with my channel, I talk about engine resistance on the cars that have it quite a lot. It's basically where the car is just not as fast as it should be, technically. It sounds like the car is kind of over revving and it's not going as fast as it sounds like it should be, which is kind of a given with engine resistance. That's something that always happens. And the Entity XXR, which is the last entity that was in GTA, that was added into GTA, suffers from this engine resistance I think it's an advanced handling flag. And this thing kind of feels like it might as well. With the addition of the Criminal Enterprises DLC, Rockstar kind of fixed the issue, and I think that this car might actually have that indeed. We're gonna have to wait for some more in-depth testing, but the acceleration definitely feels a little bit muted on this car. It's not as fast as I feel like it otherwise would be. I think that Rockstar is aware of this issue, but I don't know that they've fixed it, because this car, it kind of feels like it has it, boys. So this might be a slight buyer beware. This thing looks fantastic. It handles great, and the acceleration is actually pretty good. Even if it does have engine resistance, the acceleration is quite good. But I just want you guys to be aware, it does kind of feel like it might have engine resistance, so that might be a turn off for you guys. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what my first impression is telling me about this car. It's still very quick, it still handles amazingly, still looks great, great customization, great car in general, I think, but it feels like it might have engine resistance. So just be aware of that, guys, before you buy this thing. It is an expensive car. It's about $2.4 million. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. Anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for the Entity MT customization and review in Grand Theft Auto Online. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new, I'm going to be covering DLC content all day long and for the rest of this week. So if you guys want to see it, subscribe to the channel. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.